Hey everyone, today we are going to be discussing multiplication and division. I'm going to do a little intro to refresh our multiplication and division, and then we're going to go through a few word problems. So with multiplication, remember the big idea is that we want to have equal groups and we're trying to find the total amount. So we want equal groups and we're trying to find the total amount. The answer to a multiplication problem is called the product. So if you have a question that says find the product, we know we need to multiply, and this is our symbol for multiplication. So let's say we want to find the product of 3 and 4. We can think about this in a couple ways, but really we're saying we're going to have 3 equal groups of 4 objects, or we can have 4 equal groups of 3 objects. It goes either way because of the commutative property. But the strategy that I want us to think about here is skip counting. So if we have 3 equal groups of 4 objects, we're going to skip count we're going to find the product here. We can skip count by 3 4 times or 4 3 times. But if we have 3 equal groups of 4, we're going to do 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. We have 3 equal groups of 4 because we've skip counted 4 times. We've just gotten 4 bigger each time in our group. We've added 4. If we drew a picture, this is what it would look like. We're just using counting principles here. So 3 times 4 equals 12. But I want to show you the skip counting strategy because it works nicely for both multiplication and division, and we just need to know how to apply the strategy to both operations. So for the quotient, we are taking a total number of objects and we're placing those objects into equal groups. So for the quotient, I'm going to erase this here. We're going to take our total number of objects and we're going to put them into equal groups. So we're thinking about division now, and this is our division sign. Taking our total number of objects and placing them into equal groups or equal shares. So let's use the 12. Let's say we have 12 objects. And we're going to place them into equal groups of 4. Thinking about the problem that we had with the multiplication. In multiplication, we said 3 equal groups of 4 will give us 12 total objects. What happens if we're given 12 total objects? If we put them into equal groups of 4, we could say 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one group of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another group of 4. There's another group of 4. How does this translate to the skip counting? Well, let's show you. Let's show. So 12 divided by 4. I have 12 objects, and I put them into groups of 4. So I'm going to skip count by 4 until I get to 12. So 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. We know that we had 12. We started out with 12 total objects. So when you skip count and when you get to the number you the number you started with, the total number of objects, you know that you're finished. And what we have to do now is figure out how many times did we skip count by 4. We skip counted by 4 3 times. So 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So this is why I like to use the skip counting strategy for both multiplication and division. But there are other strategies. We can use the equal group strategy, like I showed you earlier as well. But when we apply this to word problems, but the skip counting works nicely if you want to stick with that one. Let's look at this word problem here. It says there are 8 trees. Each tree has 7 apples on it. How many apples are there in all? Well, we can draw a picture. We can draw 8 trees. I'm not going to draw 8 trees, but I'm going to draw a circle and pretend that they're trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You do not have to do this, but if it helps you to see the picture, that's great. And then there are 7 apples on each tree. So that's what our picture looks like. This is what is super important. How many apples are there in all? How many are there in all? So we're trying to find the total amount. We have equal groups, and we're trying to find the total amount. So we need to multiply. So we need to do 7 times 8. 7 times 8. Now you can add all these up. I'm going to skip count to show our strategy here. So 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 7 is 21. 21 plus 7 is 28. 28 plus 7 is 35. So how many times have we gone there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to go 8 times. 35 plus 7 is 42. 42 plus 7 is 49. 49 plus 7 is 56. Let's count how many we said. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're good. So the total amount of apples, how many there are in all, is 56, because 7 times 8 is 56. But the key here is understanding that we need to find the total amount. And that means we need to multiply. Let's look at this problem, and then I'm going to let you all practice some. JoJo has 35 toys. She divides them into 5 equal groups. How many toys are in each group? So if we have 35 toys, and we're going to go into 5 equal groups. Okay? How many toys are in each group? So we have our total amount, and we're trying to figure out how many are in each group. So we need to divide. So we're going to do 35 divided by 5. And we're going to try to find the answer. Now we could skip count. We could go and put 1 in each group, but when we get to bigger problems, that's going to take a long time. So I'm going to skip count by 5 until we get to 35. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So we skip counted by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. But the key here, how many toys are in each group? We're not trying to find the total amount. We're trying to find how many are in each group. So that clued me in to know that we needed to divide here. So I think once you all figure out whether you need to multiply or divide, the math isn't so hard, but determining which operation you need to use can be a little bit tricky. So work hard practicing, and then you can complete your exit slip. Let us know if you have any questions.